Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome to Grade 10 Academic Math. I'll be your virtual teacher, Mr. Stone. So here we are at the Upper Canada Virtual School, and through the magic of the internet, I will be your virtual teacher here in Grade 10 Academic Math. Again, um, we also have a principal and a vice principal, and here's all our email addresses. So anytime you need to contact anybody, um, you can send me an email. Actually, that's part of your homework. You have homework today, guys. Sorry. But you can also contact me through Teams or through D2L, all sorts of stuff. Speaking of which, that's the main point of this video, is to orient you guys with the main platforms that we're going to be using in this course, which are D2L, as I already said, and Teams. D2L will basically be the course content place, the place where you'll find all the materials and the assignments and where to drop off the assignments, all sort of stuff. And Teams will be more for communication, a place where you can talk to me easily. There is a email function through D2L and a sort of like chat function through D2L, but it's not very intuitive, and Teams just seems to work better at that. So let's look at D2L first. So D2L, once you get onto it, you just go to Upper Canada. It's like here, Upper Canada, ucdsb.elearningontario.ca, and it should just come. If you just Google that, it should just come up. And one of your things, hopefully, I have activated this class, so one of them should be Grade 10 Academic Math, Mr. Stone, Cube 2, since this is the second quadmester. And it will look like this. So there's an announcement page. One second here. There's an announcement page. This video will actually be on this announcement page, but I'm making it right now, so causality doesn't allow that to happen, but whatever. And below that, here's some orientation videos. So this is the home page. There's also going to be here on the calendar things that are coming up. Like, for example, November 13th, which is Friday, you have lesson 1 due. And we'll talk about what that means, what this Dropbox means, how that works. Okay. Now, the two most important tabs that we're going to have are the content and assessment tabs. So if we click on content to begin with, let that load, it'll bring us to our course. So the first thing here is just a course outline, but if you click on content, it'll show you all of our lessons. We're going to have a total of 17 lessons. However, I've hidden most of them except for just what we have due in November, just to make things less intimidating to begin with. So if you click on lesson 1, we end up here. You click on lesson 1 here, we get the actual lesson. And you can go through here, you can read through all the materials here. For example, this is graphical solutions of linear systems. So the first unit we're going to talk about, the first 3 lessons are on what we call linear systems, basically 2 lines and where they meet. And so the first way we're going to solve them is graphically. I'll think I'll make another video going through this stuff, but basically it'll go through it all. It'll give you examples. We can go through here. There's practice examples. You can do the solution first yourself, then click on answer to see if you got it right. So all the materials are all here. Please, an important point in D2L, it's very easy to think, okay, I'll just grab this all the way to the bottom and do the assignment. But that's not going to help you, especially in math class. Math is all about practice. Math is a skill, really. I'm a physicist by trade, and physics is basically just applied mathematics. So I have lots of math skills, but I use them in physics. And really, we're trying to develop your mathematical skills for whatever you're going to need, whether it's economics, biology, anything, trades even. Like, there's math in, building houses. You use Pythagorean theorem to check for right angles. You can use all kinds of things like this. So really, mathematics is much broader than just, how many watermelons can you put in a car or something silly like that, right? It's really a set of rules that allows us to quantify the universe and to come up with patterns and ways to understand things. So when we're going through this stuff, really we're trying to develop a toolbox to be able to do these things. And to develop these skills in our toolbox, we have to practice. That's the key point I'm trying to make here, is that we really need to practice these things. And if you just jump down and do the assignment, even if you get everything right, that's not helping you learn how math works and develop that skill set that you're going to need as we go through in grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, and so on and so forth, right? So please go through all these problems and do the problem and check your answer. So if we click answer here, it'll bring us up to a new page, a new tab, sorry, and it'll give you the answer as well. Okay, so let's close that tab for now. Now, one of the things that D2L uses, sometimes it asks you here to use something called a graphing tool. And if you click on graphing tool, it'll come up with an old piece of software that uses Flash. Flash is a now quite old piece of software that's not always safe. And most browsers, like Chrome, for example, the one I'm using, will disable Flash as of the end of 2020. So instead of using this graphing tool, we have a better one, which is called Desmos. And maybe you've seen this before and used it. It's a brilliant piece of software. If you just click on this tab up here, it'll open up a new tab in your browser, and it'll bring you to this Desmos screen. And how Desmos works is on the left-hand side, you can put in any input, and it'll graph it over here on the right-hand side. So example, let's go y equals x. We have the line y equals x. We can make y equals 2x. You can make any of these. Y equals. If you're bored today, you can play with Desmos. Sine x. And it'll even let you see, maximum points, intersection points. You can click on them. It's a brilliant piece of software, and you can even animate stuff. Like for example, let's put a slider here. I can animate you can use animations in here. It's a great piece of software. It's called Desmos. Anytime you want, you can. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just close this tab again. Anytime you want to use Desmos, it's at the top of our D2L thing here. Okay, it's also in Math Tools. If you click on Math Tools, it's one of the ones here. All right, so anytime it says graphing tool, don't click on this. Don't use this. It brings you up to something weird. Use Desmos instead. We're actually going to use it quite a lot here. Like for example, if I wanted to graph these two lines, x minus 3y plus 9 equals 0. Let's do that. X minus 3y plus 9 equals 0. Well, there we go. So it's going to, whoopsies. It comes up with this line, and this one is 2x minus y equals 2. 2x minus y equals 2. And there's my answer, 3, 4. Just like in my problem here. So anytime you need to graph anything, again, Desmos. It's very, very easy to use and lets you produce beautiful answers. Okay, so that's our lessons. So our lessons are all built in here. And again, if you go right to the bottom after you're done going through everything, because you're going to go through all the problems, right? And if you do get stuck, just please send me a message on Teams, and we can go through it. You go to the bottom. It says assignment. So if you want the assignment, you're just going to click on download the assignment. It'll bring you to a new tab, and here's our assignment. Now, how I'd like you to solve assignments like this is do it on a separate sheet of paper, a lined piece of paper, hopefully, and then you're going to scan that, and you're going to submit it to the Dropbox. Here it says here, you're going to go lesson 1, assignment 1. It'll open up a new tab, and it'll bring you to this screen. This is the assignment Dropbox. So it says here it's due November 13th at midnight. And you can, once you scan your file, you can click add file, and you can drop it, or you can go my computer and drop it into here. Now, how are you going to scan anything? The easiest way to scan anything is with your phone. You can download either something called Adobe Scan or Office Lens. So that's part of your actual homework today, is you're going to download one of those graphing softwares. They're very useful, very easy to use software. And instead of submitting me, like 6 JPEGs of your work, it actually puts it all together into Adobe Scan puts it together into a PDF. Office Lens will put it into a Word document. So maybe a PDF might work better for this. So maybe Adobe Scan is the better software, but either one will work. You save it to some Adobe Cloud that saves for your stuff, and then you can just submit it to me. Okay, and you can just add it as a file here, and it'll be a PDF of your stuff. And it cuts it. You can lay it on a table or something, and it makes a little bounding box, and it instead of seeing the table, it cuts around the outside of it. It puts it all together into 6-page PDF or whatever you need. It's a very, very useful piece of software. So again, Adobe Scan. I'll just type that in here. Adobe Scan. You can look for that in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so yeah, so you're going to scan that, and you can dump it into here. And then again, our first one is due on November 13th, which is Friday. Okay, so that's a quick little cursory overview. You can also get to the assessments by going here to the assignments, and that'll bring up all the assignments. They're all here. I have not adjusted any of these yet as I go through. I'm actually going to hide these. These probably, when you find this, you probably won't, it'll only be to lesson 5, and I still have to add the due dates and what they're out of. Okay, and it'll all be here. You can submit it. You'll get feedback from me as a numerical feedback, as well if there'll be stuff that I write in that little feedback box. Okay, so that's D2L. If you have any questions, just send me a message. The other thing we're going to be using is Teams, and hopefully you're already here and you've seen this team. We have a team called MPM2D, secondary virtual school Mr. Zone Quad 2, and in the general page, you'll see all the materials here. So we're going to be using Teams mostly just for the chat feature up here. However, there is any sort of announcements. For example, here's a little welcome blurb. What's your first day of homework? Quick little calendar. Any sort of announcements I'll post here, onto the general page. And there's also I've made a discussion channel where if ever you want to talk to each other or talk to me about stuff in the class, you can just post your own little conversations here. All right, but again, please use the chat function so that we can talk easily. Okay, and we can also meet in the using the meeting feature here. Okay, well, if you'd like, we can make weekly meetings. It depends on you guys, what you guys want. If you guys want a weekly meeting where we go through the materials, or just individual meetings where we go through the stuff, it's up to you. Get back to me, and we can figure that out. So those are the two basic platforms we're going to be using: are D2L and Teams again. Okay. So quickly, structure of this course. We have 10 weeks, and basically there's 17 lessons, which means it's about 2 or 3 lessons a day, and everything has to be finished up by the end of January. Okay, so that's basically our course. To talk about what sort of units we're working on, there's going to be basically 5 units: linear systems, geometry, quadratics. That's the big one. That's 7 units, 7 lessons on quadratics. That's the big chunk of this course is what we call quadratic functions, things that have x squared in them. Linear systems, that's 2 lines. Analytical geometry is geometry, makes sense. Similar triangles is how do we relate triangles to each other, and that leads directly into trigonometry. So these are basically there's 5 lessons on triangles at the end of the year. End of the quadmester. Quickly, this is what November is going to look like. So on Friday, we're going to have our first lesson due. And then next week, Tuesday, Thursday, 2 lessons are due. And then the next Tuesday, Thursday lessons are due as well. November 27th is a PA day. Not sure what that exactly means for virtual school PA days, but okay. Just quickly, how to be successful in this class is very simple. Please do all your work. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, right? Practice is the most important thing for math. Math is a skill, and for us to be good at a skill, we have to practice. Okay. Uh, Another thing, make sure you hand in all of your stuff on time. If you get behind, it's going to be very difficult to get caught up. So please please hand in everything on the dates that they're assigned for. And most importantly, actually, most important is do all the questions, do all the work. But second most importantly, please ask questions. If you get stuck, you can ask me. Okay, use the Teams chat function. We can make a Teams meeting if you like, or we can just use the chat function to figure things out. But please ask questions. You can also use the discussion board to ask your colleagues in the class for help. Okay. Now, homework. First, homework. So it's the first day of school. Might as well give you some homework. So first thing I want you to do, get onto Teams. If you don't know how to get onto Teams, it's using that you go to your school email address and you go to the top left and there's 9 little boxes, a little waffle. Click on that, click on Teams, find our team. No, don't find our team, sorry. Go to the chat and start a chat with me. So there's a little button on the top. It's a little pencil, I think, isn't it? Let's see, what does it look like again? If I go to chat, yeah, it's this little pencil here. Click on that little pencil there and start a chat with me. Next, I want you to go to your Upper Canada email account and send me an email so we can start an email thread so that if I need to email you or you need to email me, it's already in our inbox and it'll be easy for us. Next, if you go to the team site, let's go back to the team site here. There is where is it? Here on the team site, there is a form here, a survey. It's just a quick getting to know you. So I think it's 15 questions. Should take you about 20 minutes. Let's fill that out and tell me a little bit about yourself. Then I'd like you to go to the D2L page and just explore, just play around. If you need to go through those videos on the home page and figure that out. Just play around and figure out the functionality of the content page, the assignment page, and go from there. Next and last, please just get yourself a good phone scanner to make everything easy. If you send me an assignment that's like 8 JPEGs, that makes my life incredibly difficult. I have to then take all your pictures, import them into Word, get them in the right order, and then go from there. Please just get a software. Send me when you send me your assignments. Please send them as PDFs or Word documents. It makes my life so much easier. It saves me a good half hour, 20 minutes of work. Okay, I really, really appreciate that. All right, so again, welcome to grade 10 academic math. And hopefully you guys have an amazing quadmaster. If you have any problems, please feel free to contact me and be talking to you later. See you guys.